Hello everyone, my name is KAICHEN. Thank you so much for coming to the very first concert of 23.6 degrees north. And joining me today on the stage is our cellist PINHUI and our pianist KEVTN. So the reason why we wanted to start this Taiwanese concert series is because as professional musicians, we realized that the original written Taiwanese music is hardly being heard and known by the public. That's why we want to promote our own music and wish that more people can see the beauty of Taiwan's music. So we're very excited to share a very beautiful program with you today by our own composer, Mr. Xiao Tairan, Mr. Xu Changhui, and Ms. Yang Lan-ying. However, in the second half of the program, we prepare a very special piece for you, which you'll hear Kevin talks more about it later. Before we start our concert, we would like to ask you to turn off your phone to silent mode, and we want to express our gratitude to the Long Island Taiwanese Church, Pastor Yo and Dr. Yang to making this concert possible. We're opening the concert with a hymn arranged by Xiao Tairan, and we hope you'll like it. So Mr. Xiao Tairan is one of the most influential composers in the history of Taiwanese music. He established Taiwan's cultural values and national identity through his composition. The next piece is called M'Tang Hiam Taiwan. In English, we translate it as I Love Taiwan. So the lyric is written in 1987, which is during the time after the lift of the martial law. I'm going to read the lyric, which is based on a poem written by a poet Lin Yangmi. So I'm gonna read the poem in Taiwanese, and because I haven't spoken in Taiwanese for a really long time, so I would ask you to excuse my Taiwanese. So the lyric start with 咱若爱祖先，请你唔通嫌台湾。土地虽然有较矮，阿爸的肝，阿母的血，压落乡土满世界。咱若爱子孙，请你唔通嫌台湾。嘛有田园，嘛有山，瓜子的甜，五谷的芳，互咱后代食袂空。咱若爱故乡，请你唔通嫌台湾。虽然讨赚无轻松，认真打拼，前途有望，咱的幸福袂输人。So basically, this poem is just saying that even though Taiwan is not a big island, it is still our home. So even if it has everything we need, so please love this island. This is actually a very sentimental piece, and as you can see, heard the poem, and you can see how it fits into the music I'm going to play later. So for this piece, it's very sentimental because while the country is recovering from the martial law enforcement, it has bring a lot of hope to the society at the time. So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, that was a really wonderful piece that we just heard. I always like them playing in front of me, like when we rehearsed too. So the next piece is called Capriccio in Hakka Melody. Mr. Shaw was born in a Presbyterian family, so the faith of Christianity affected his music styles a lot. He composed and arranged a lot of hymns, including the very first piece that we just played. When he came to the States, being blacklisted by the Nationalist Party, he arranged lots of Taiwanese folk songs, such as Wang Chunfeng and Si Xiangqi. Xiao Tairan also wrote a number of songs in Taiwanese. So in addition to the one you just heard, Chu Walang is also a famous one. Compared to the last piece, this Capriccio is rather heavy and serious in sound. The melody from the cello part was inspired by the traditional Hakka melody. It is called KEJIA Sange. My dad is Haggani, and he could recognize some part of the tune in this piece. I also learned a phrase from him last week, And so I hope I don't offend anyone who speaks Hakka here with my terrible Taipei accent. So here it goes. Dai loi yasu kyoe, himong taiga feng hi, which means I'm going to present this piece to you, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Kevin，我来自缅甸。My name is Kevin, and I'm from Myanmar. I had to speak some Mandarin just to prove that I speak Mandarin. I do speak pretty fluently, so I hope you heard that. Okay. Anyways, this next piece that we have is written by a Taiwanese composer called Winnie Lan Ying Yang, and this is sort of special because she is the only living composer on the program. So the other composers are all from the past. This piece was actually written for the Myanmar Music Festival. So we used to have a festival that ran every year, and we had a huge Taiwanese presence in the festival. So this piece was it was a commissioned work for the festival, and this is called Voyage of Time. And throughout the piece, you'll hear many different things happening. And from the very get-go, from the very beginning, you will hear a very dark piano solo, and it's very improvisatory, very expressive. It's as if you're searching for something. And then slowly it will start, adding the other instruments, and it has a lot of really beautiful moments. But then it just keeps changing and changing until the point where you hear this really fast and lighthearted kind of dance at the very end. And the composer, I was like doing my homework 10 minutes before the concert. So I have all of my notes written, but it's not like really in my brain. But she said the piece is connected without a break because time never stops. So that's why you'll hear, it's as if you're on this time machine where you're constantly traveling, and then you hear this really dark atmosphere, and it just kind of transitions into something else and then something else until you get to the final moment when it's just this huge lighthearted and grand finale. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed the concert so far. We're gonna take a short break, and we'll see you in here in 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes.
So we're ready to start the second half of the concert. So I am PINHUI, and I'm from Taipei, Taiwan. So this piece that we're bringing to you, it's Nostalgia 3 Melodies for Violin, Cello, and Piano by Mr. Xu Changhui. And as you can see, so far all the pieces as the godfather of Taiwanese music, Taiwan 音乐教父. He was one of the first group of people studying abroad after the Second World War. His contributions of collecting tunes from many different regions of Taiwan successfully preserved many thousands of tunes from native Taiwanese people and other ethnic groups. The first piece that we're going to play in this set, it is called Near the Temple of Confucius, 孔庙附近. It's slow and heavy in sound. You can imagine the Confucius Temple being as a holy space for people to wish for academic success. So there's absolutely no tolerance of fooling around. To me, the most interesting part of this piece is in the middle of the music, where the tonality of the melody is kind of obscure. And to me, I would think that Mr. Xu is trying to portray the supernatural powers that come into play, as tempo usually do. Thank you. So the second piece is called Gathering at the Border, 边缘集聚. Compared to the last piece, this piece is rather light and has lots of dance-like gestures. In the middle slow section, a melody from Yunnan region, 小河淌水, is quoted here, which KAICHEN will now demonstrate it for you. So the last piece of the set is called Evening Scene on a Country Road, 春路晚上. You can imagine yourself getting off from work, and this might be the tune that you hum on your way home. So this melody is based on a famous erhu piece by Chinese composer Hua Yanjun, nicknamed Abing. And you will hear that melody in the beginning by the cello part. I hope you like it.
All right, so now we have a special piece. I say special because this is the only piece that is not written by a Taiwanese composer. It's a composer from my country, Myanmar. Just out of curiosity, how many of you have heard of Myanmar? Could you raise your hand? Okay, pretty good. Miandian. If you know Miandian, that's my home. That's where I'm from. So, this piece is called Alat Desadia. If you translate it into English, it means the true beauty, 真正的美. I'm not going to explain or give you a translation of the lyrics, but basically it's the composer's sort of like a self-exploration of what true beauty means to him. In the beginning or like the first part of the song, he is asking himself, oh, is it, the girl that I fell in love with, is that the true beauty? Or like, is it the place that I live in? And he is going, around asking himself these questions. And he finally ended with a conclusion that it's his creation, his art, his music. That's what the true beauty is for him. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's a very sort of solemnly beautiful melody. And if you have studied music, you'll hear some slightly different things compared to other kinds of music. It still sounds very Asian-esque. But there's certain elements that are, from Myanmar traditional music. So if it's the first time for you to hear something like this, I'm very glad that you're here. I hope you enjoy it.
So the last piece of the program is the Piano Trio Formosa by Mr. Xiao Tairan. This piano trio Formosa was originated from Mr. Xiao's other composition, 主导文. The work is structured as a symphonic poem, which means that the music comes with a story behind it. You can imagine the opening as ripples on a quiet, peaceful lake, following of a scene of a really spacious and broad rice field. Following that, a thunderstorm, which we call 塞巴侯 in Taiwanese, rains is everything. After the rain, the temperature gets cooler and little animals are coming out to play again. The piece comes to a fast ending full of lively spirit. I hope you like it.
thank you so much for coming to the concert. I heard that the church has kindly prepared some light snack, so we can enjoy that as a small reception. Actually, there's one more piece that we're gonna do for you guys, a special one. It's a very, very beautiful piece. It's called PINHUI. Yes, and the middle is a very famous piece that I'm pretty sure everyone has heard of. It's called Waipo the Penghuwan. And thank you guys so much again. There's a QR code on our program. So if you like this concert and you would like to provide some feedback to us, because this is our first time doing the concert, you can use the QR code in the program. And the bottom of the page, there's a survey. So if you would like to take a moment to just finish the survey, we really deeply appreciate. So last piece, PINHUI. I hope this piece, you will like this piece, and I hope after hearing this piece, you can have a really, beautiful Saturday afternoon. Thank you. All right, thank you so much for coming. I would like to express my gratitude to the Long Island Taiwanese Church again, and we'll have our Yomusi to conclude this concert, and I hope you enjoy the program today.
Thank you so much to PINHUI and KAICHEN and Kevin. Let's give them a thanks again. We are so blessed to be able to enjoy such a beautiful performance, and it's free. Maybe sometimes in the near future they will have a performance again together in Lincoln Center or Carnegie Hall. But by then, if you want to go there, you have to pay a price. So it's wonderful, and every beautiful thing comes from the maker of the universe and the giver of life, our Creator God. So let's give thanks again, and also give thanks to our God in heaven. And we have some refreshment downstairs, so you are welcome to stay for a while, and we have some wonderful time to chat with each other. Thank you for coming, and thank you again, these three talented musicians. By the way, they are from Stony Brook University. They are all in the doctoral degree of the Department of Music.